Hey YouTube, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video we're going to go over some jungle box variations. So we're not going to be opening up any packs like we have been doing a lot more of lately, but it's going to be similar to a video that you got on the 1st of January where I just kind of talk about the history of a few items that you may or may not have seen. Now, when I mean the jungle box, I'm talking about the original sealed booster box for the jungle set. Jungle was the second set released also in 1999, directly after base. You had base, jungle, then fossil. All three sets were released in 1999, and then base set 2 was the reprint and so forth, and it was on from there. So these are the sets that people most connect with. You didn't have the original 151 Pokemon completed until you made it through fossil. Actually, that was only 150. Mew never come out until Expedition in a set, but it was released as a promo that you could get in leagues. So this was the most common jungle box variation. You just have a regular unlimited jungle booster set box, and you can see right here it's got all these different locations on the bottom. Made in the USA. It'll tell you it was made in 1999, or it should. It says 98 right there. You can probably find 1999 somewhere on this box. And if not, you definitely will on the cards. Alright, so we're going to set that one in the background. What I mean by unlimited, if you guys caught that, is you could this was released a little bit later in the run. This was actually the very first run of the Jungle Booster Box. And you can see right here it says first edition limited printing. It has the first edition symbol right there. So with these cards, all of these will have the first edition symbol on the left side of the card. It'll be directly under the bottom left corner of the picture that will be on the card. So let me show you a card. This is actually a Japanese card. I just pulled it in the video right before this. But it will be on the English side. It will have a first edition stamp right around where my finger is, and it won't actually look like that, but it'll be something similar. You can see where it says first edition. These are way more sought after than the unlimited. However, with the unlimited, you have the chance at pulling some error cards. Well, first edition has some error cards. There's a first edition Butterfree with a bubble in the 1, so it makes the 1 look like a D. So take out the bubble, you put the bubble there, it looks like a D, so it looks like first edition or something like that. And then there's also a pincer with this little scratch arrow on it. If you watch my videos, and you've probably seen that before. But on the jungle side, there's actually a jungle symbol that is supposed to be, let's see if it's somewhere on the outside. This right here, this is the jungle symbol. Instead of, you got the first edition stamp in the bottom left-hand corner of the picture. The jungle symbol will be in the bottom right-hand corner. Some of the jungle hollows don't have that symbol, and so some people go for that. But anyways, these are the most two common versions. You got the first edition limited printing and the unlimited limited printing. But there are other box variations. One I'm going to show you now is this one. This is probably one that you've seen before if you've been in the hobby for several years and you're a box collector, but it's not that common. And some of you are going to notice right off the bat the big main difference is Pokemon is in red, whereas the original version was yellow. And there's also some other differences. You have the wizard logos, they're curved, where on the original they're just like a box. And then if you look on the bottom, it actually says made in Australia, and that's the actual key to why we have this red print. From what I've been able to gather over the years, back when I originally bought mine, I bought mine for like less than 200 bucks. These things are worth way more than that now, but it was a counterfeiting preventative. This way, if it was distributed internationally in Australia, if you had a jungle box and it said made in Australia and it had the yellow logos, you actually knew it was fake because they changed it up. They made the logos red. And the cards themselves have a slightly different stock, but the cards really, they're essentially the exact same. If you've ever heard of the fossil red logos, those actually have 1999, 2000 dated non-holographic cards. It's not the case with Jungle. Even though I believe these were made in 1999, 2000, you can see that right there. The cards are not dated 1999, 2000, at least that we know of. This is something that could always change. This stuff is always being discovered in Pokemon. There may have been a few red logo boxes for all we know that had 1999, 2000 dated cards in there, but nobody's discovered them yet. So it's very, very unlikely that it would happen, but it also would not surprise me if something else was discovered like that. So we're up to 3 different versions right now. These are, this is the most common, then this one, and then, some people may have seen this one as well with the red logos. Let me put that one off to the side. Now we're going to go into some more rare common versions, or uncommon versions, I guess. So we have this one right here. This is actually the exact same as this one, other than on the back side it only has one location, in which that's the US, Canada, Asia Pacific, and Latin America. And you can see right here, this one has it for UK, France, the European headquarters, Italy, Erie, and South Africa. But for some reason, this one right here did not. Let's see if it has, yeah, still 1999. 1999 too. Yep. This one only had, the US locations. Now, I don't know if that means anything different for the cards inside. Most likely it does not. But it is a different box variation that you could find. And then the very last box variation, again, we're getting to like really niche stuff here. Anyone who collects jungles is probably going to be just fine with whatever this box is and whatever this box is. However, if you're looking for, different box variations, and you're a completionist like me, you're going to try to find every type of variation that you can. And this is the very last one that I know of. And if you look at the front of it, you can see that there is something a little different. The logos are curved. Also, instead of running horizontally, they actually run vertically, which is a little bit different. Then I'm gonna show you the sides. You see these big gaping holes on the side. And then it also has, you see this right here, it's got the international licensed product Nintendo stamp, which we did see that on. It was different on these. These are like the original ones. That's like the original stamps. So these were all probably here in America, very decent, really early printings. The Australian one did not have it. You can see right there, it doesn't have it on any of the sides. But this one right here has the new updated international licensed product Nintendo logo stamp there on the side. Then we're going to keep going around. You see 1999, 2000. Another big gaping hole. And then on the very bottom, it has all these different things. It's got this different type of seal that I just rarely ever see. And then it says made in Belgium. So it kind of makes sense, to find a box like this, if it's made in a completely different country, that they're going to have different types of seals. It's going the wrong direction. It's got these holes on the side. But if you're familiar with international base set product, they put out a lot of boxes in like Italian, Korean, Spanish, Portuguese. I mean, you can name it. They had all kinds of language for the base set. And I've owned a lot of them myself, and almost all of the ones that were internationally printed like that, other than the UK and Australia, had these big holes on the side. So this looks legit to me. And to me, that the fact that the box itself has a different type of print on the outside of it adds to the legitimacy of this booster box. So these are the 5 variations that I know of for the Jungle set. Like I said, these are the ones that people are going to be going for. But we have 3 others. We've got the red logos, made in Australia. Then we have this one right here, which was made in America, but it only has the 1 locations on the back. We see this with base set, and we've seen it with a few other sets as well that I haven't shown on the channel. And then finally, we have this one box that just seems to have everything different with it, from the logos going up and down to being curved to having the different type of licensed Nintendo product seals on the side, the big gaping holes, and the 1999-2000 copyright dates, but it's also made in Belgium. And even the flap is done a little differently. You can see how that flap goes underneath. Oh wait, no. The flap does go underneath on the other ones. Maybe it was just that one. It is printed in a different manner. Let's see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. The SKU's a little bit different. The WotC number's a little different. But anyways, if you see something that I missed, I would love to know, because I'm always like trying to add more information to this kind of stuff. So if you saw anything in this video that I missed, please comment, let me know. That way, if I ever do a video like this again, or somebody asks, I'll be like, oh yeah, here's another difference that you can find, and it could probably help add to the history and the story of what we have here. Also, if you know of any other Jungle Box variations that I missed, please reach out to me. I'm always trying to look for more of those, and I'm always trying to find them and just document this historical kind of stuff. I realize it's really niche, but it's always cool to find out more information and just to push yourself in knowledge. Thanks.